So they'll be calling you a radical, so the salmon numbers have epically collapsed. This is the biggest story on the face of it, way bigger. Oh, it is the coronavirus. So the Columbia right now, let's get back to the catastrophe of the ecological collapse. You're not concerned you when the butterflies died, all collapsed. This is all acute. This is acute post-20. And you can run away in fear because it's going to probably kill you. You know, vast majority, coronavirus, you know what's been going on flu-wise in the last few years? Epidemic. You get over 60 years old, good luck. So I got, well, even that, under that. I know all kinds of people that have died young of this ecological catastrophe, which is ongoing post-Fukushima. You can just jump over that. You can quantum leap over that and say, no, the line in the sand going, no. Again, the salmon are the smoking gun. Now, here in Carlsbad, California, there's a desal plant. I will quote exactly what I've been saying. I'm the only one that protested. The only one that protested the desal plant there. The only one that protested. Lori and I. That's it. That's it. We're like, wait a minute. The tide pools are deader than hell. You know, you're going to put this desal plant? We're talking to them. Hey, wait a minute. What are you filtering for? 15% of all water in San Diego County. Well, does it really matter? I guess not. The storms rise up over the, United States and it rains. The wind blows left to right, Fukushima. The Pacific Ocean is collapsed. These scientists are mystified, they're baffled, they're puzzled, they're stumped, they're perplexed, they're curious. Oh, it's good. Up is down, black is white, wrong is right. It's insanity. The smoking gun is the salmon. Why? We don't count dead tide pools. Oh, Kevin Blanche does. Freaking historic. Those tide pool videos of mine are on the lowest freaking tides, some of them in 100 years. I mean, I worked it that hard. The best tide pools at the lowest, clear all the way out in them. It's unarguable documentation of the historic 99% collapse post-Fukushima. Oh, just wasting disease. What's wasting disease? We don't know. Just acidification. What's acidification? We don't know. What's the blah? It's like coronavirus. What's the causation? We don't know. What's cancer? What's the causation? We're going to run for the cure. No, we're going to hunker down in our house for the cure. Mission accomplished. They have a website now in Salt Lake, I saw, that turn your neighbor in. Make a video, take a picture, and turn your neighbor in. You got to keep them separated for not social, they got a gathering of more than, oh my God, Orwell couldn't even, I mean, this is beyond insane, but, get the sheep hunkered now. The United States stock market, we count all salmon, and then we'll talk some market, this loot job that's going on. The SBA loan system, Trump gets rid of the oversight committee. You're going to see the biggest fraud committed in U.S. history. These SBA loans are going to get looted like no other. There's rules. They're not going to follow the rules. They're already violating the rules. I mean, I just talked to a guy. He says he got laid off, and part of the deal was he could park his RV on the property in Oregon, and they sent him yesterday, and he says, get out. And what do you mean? Laid him out. Well, get out. What? See, here again, the violation of the rules. They're not going to follow anymore because there's no police like the SEC. The SEC, who's the SEC? The Department of Monsanto. Who is the, EPA, the Department of Bayer Monsanto. Who is the Department of, the SEC? It's the same clan. They got it all. Who's the NRC, the Nuclear Regulatory, the Department of Bayer Monsanto? It's the same clan. They freaking, Bezos and gang has colonized the world. I mean, they pulled it off. So we count every salmon. So salmon, the Pacific salmon, the smoking gun, because we can count them all. Why? Because every single one comes home to spawn. They spawn in the freaking rivers. The mouth of the Columbia is 2.5 miles wide. There's 400 freaking tributaries going to it. It's the biggest range on the face of the earth. It is the smoking gun. That's why I concentrate so hard on it. I'm the guy. Army Corps engineers tried to play their games. I'm the guy that put up freaking Oregon says, we're not dealing with them. We've had it with them. We're doing our own. Army Corps engineers classifies Kevin Blanche. I mean, think about the fact, look what they've done to me as far as the Fukushima dynamic. A guy in critical condition, the son of a Special Forces Marine. I mean, look what they did to the USS Reagan soldiers. Look what they did to them. You see that trial going on? That trial was ruled to go on. Multiple times. I interviewed a guy in La Jolla, speaking of Carlsbad, and he says, yeah, my neighbor, young guy, died shortly thereafter. Oh, God, Can you imagine being on a ship right now talking about a prison? But Fukushima, Fukushima, Fukushima. So we count every salmon. There's 178 in the Columbia right now, Chinook salmon for the year. They get 1,000 a day. More than that. It's just, well, more than that, please. I mean, 2010, 2011, the steelhead go to sea for 1 to 2 years. What's a steelhead salmon? Steelhead's, oh, it's a trout. Come on. There's the seagoing trout. Oh, come on. A salmon is a trout. So they go to sea. They started to decline. But it's the Chinook we watch because they get 40 pounds. They big, and they can tell you what they're feeding on in the ocean. The texture of their flesh, the pink, the krill, the plankton, the photoplankton. It killed it. Fukushima killed it. And no, it's been going. No. Record returns in 2015. You're gonna Arcorn's years. Yay, 1.4 million. This is so great. Blah blah. Record escapement. Little fish. We're breaking records. I mean, expecting the next year. 1.7 million. Kim Weiss says it's 680,000. I've been dead on every number every year. We've gone from 1.4 million, expecting, based on escapement, up to 2.7 million. We're coming in at 200,000. I mean, we came at 333,000 year before last year. That's with gill netting, and gill netting is still going on, and fishing. There's no gill netting and fishing last year. They pulled the gill netting. Gill netting takes out half. So you take the gill net equation out, you're talking 190,000. Based on the historical number, because they've been gill netting. They're not gill netting. Right now, they're not gill netting. They're not. Well, where are they going to sell them? They stopped gill netting out of the goodness of their heart. You know, it's all emergency closed. All of it. All of it. You know, oh, I see some number. Oh, some chum had a big number in Alaska. People don't know the difference between a chum or a pink or a Chinook. The Chinook are the hallowed beasts. They're the big beasts of the ocean that can tell you the health of the ocean. It's like the tide pools. Upper tide. Like when I was a kid. Hey, kiddies, Carlsbad, freaking PB, whatever, Utah, whatever, stand up high, take your crayons and just start coloring. You see some orange, you see some red, you see some purple. You know, the California purple urchins, upper ones used to carpet. I mean, it's stunning, so beautiful. Gone. They're gone. I declared them extinct, you know, a few years ago. This is all posted. We have data. I mean, the video content shows how healthy they were in 2010, 2011. They historically just, it's focused, that's good science. Good science, you can't just mystify, baffle, puzzle, perplex. You cannot just babble that kind of bullshit. You can't do that. That's not science. That's hyperbole. That's it. They've captured academia. They captured the scientists. It's the real science. You have to hypothesize the night. Look, they're going to lie on Fukushima. This is going to be an energy, just like Einstein said. Just like he said. These are all great old salmon. You know. Monterey Bay. Chief Joseph. That's what they wanted to call the dam. So he says, you're going to unleash an energy that you have no clue what it is. He says, I know what it is. You know, it's bigger than the splitting the atom, crashing, fission, fusion. You know, all these little reactors. It's all the same nightmare. It's the meltdown. It's the waste. The meltdown happened. The multiple meltdowns happen. It's going to freaking create a star on Earth. Sun's 93 million miles away. What's it made of? We have no clue. We have no clue. But I know it can give you cancer from 93. You live in Utah, here where I live. The skin cancer capital of the world, you know, high altitude. We have 3 suns right there. That's exactly. That's Einstein says we'll create these. Man, Livermore, California, as I've protested so many times there. I've protested at all the labs. Idaho National Lab, Los Alamos, all of them. Bringing stuff out of, how about Oak Ridge, Tennessee? Go Adams. Whoa, that place will creep you out. Megan Rice. So, but that's a nuclear bomb. Not nuclear, which came first, the chicken or the eggs? The nuclear reactor's there for one reason. Sugar wars, molasses wars, textile wars, plutonium wars. I mean, they went too far. They've went too far. So, I mean, this energy is cut loose. We don't know what it is. It's going to break the chain. The salmon are the smoking gun. These salmon have epically collapsed. They're dying at sea. They're not the dams. People are still caught. People have branded themselves as dogma thing. You know, some 1986 freaking, you know, environmentalists. They're branded. Oh, the dam. No. They're dying at sea. You know, you're living in a pre-Fukushima world. Post-Fukushima, everything's changed. All the pine trees have died. I mean, massive, tens of millions, because of pine tree holds radiation in its needle. It's like the term radiation. Oh, you're going to test. How are you going to test for something you don't even know what it is? Radiation's a broad term. These Geiger counters are built on a spectrum for what we know exists. They're not built for a spectrum that we don't even know what it is. They're not going to detect anything. They're not going to tell you nothing. You know, we know cesium and cesium 137, 134 both showed up in salmon. There's your smoking gun. We know this. You know, there's a tracer. You know, the tritium levels. The sandbags of Fukushima now, they says, will kill you if you touch them. Well, how many guys have touched them? It's like how many, the Fukushima, how many workers are dead? Tens of thousands. It's been all covered up. Chernobyl, Balco. The salmon, I mean, this is the greatest ecological, and I said it's going to break the chain. It's going to be a new energy, plutonium, that's going to go in. It's going to break the chain. You know? Oh, the tide pools are healthy. You're full of Kevin walked. It's going to give you leukemia. I got leukemia. AML, a death sentence. How am I alive? You know, walk the coast of California. I'm like, look. What? I remember I was in Monterey, and this girl, she says, oh, Kevin, I watch your YouTube videos. And she was at Trader Joe's. She said, I grew up in Utah. And she says, there's lots of them out at the Elkhorn. I says, I just came from out there. They're deader than hell out there. Oh, no. I says, you want to go on a date? Yeah. You driving? She says, I said, God, it remind me just like when I used to hitchhike around here. My grandma, what girl are you hanging around with now? I don't care, whichever one picks me up. You know, so let's go. So, get some food. We go out on a picnic out to the Elkhorn. She's started to cry. Oh, my God. Come here, look. Well, maybe it's been a while. Like a few years. Yeah. There's the problem. So, you got to prove it right to their feet. People walk right over, you know. But the salmon, we count every one of them. I hold their feet to the fire. I call them constantly. You know, and by the way, it's a group in Portland that have become friends with me that, thank you. I mean, they believe in me now. They used to laugh. They don't laugh now. They don't laugh. They're like, Kevin, you're right. The Army Corps just corrupt. You're right. You called all this. You know, they believe me on Fukushima now. They're like, this is unarguable evidence. It's unarguable, Kevin. 1.4, and then they just, you go from 1.4 million. We're going to be lucky if we have 100,000 this year. You know, when I says the Great Pacific Genocide, then it's moved. These oceans are connected, you know, and it's going to move across the globe, which it has. Then it's, you know, it's slowly killed every animal. We're all part of this chain. It's the ecology, stupid. It's an eco chain. I says it's going to move into humans, which it has. This is, you know, the coronavirus, Corona-19. Look, it's been doing that for the last several years. We've had epic, massive, hardcore flus. Why now the shutdown? The social engineers, you know, like, hey, this is a good time. We can pull this off, you know, see what happens. This is all this hunkering down. They know. By the way, I know people that have told me the NSA inside, they have a bunker inside Hawaii who did the cover-up of Fukushima. You know, Snowden. Remember when he came up? Snowden was in Japan right before it happened. You know, they did the cover-up. He went back to work. Lindsay Mills, all of them. They went back to work in that bunker. I know for a fact. The anonymous told me, factually. Kevin, they're orchestrating the cover-up. They've attacked you. They hired teams of trolls to attack you viciously. I said, those are felonies. I'm in critical. They know that. You know, and that's what they've done. I said, those are felonies. This mega dairy right behind me. They know. I mean, KSL's, I interview him. Yay, we need more government ballot for a product, milk, that we dump down the drain. 80%. So this money is just going to disappear. I mean, this is an energy that's killing. It's killing all life, including people. Back to the markets. Here's why the United States stock market is not indicative of the United States economy. We got 15% employment. The participation rate, you can try to tell. This is a catastrophe. Why is the market still rising? Because the government is just going in and buying stock with your money in the debt. Tax the future, give to my friends. They're looting it on the way out. So the market, number one, the Dow 30, all these companies. The board of directors, the people that run these companies, they don't live here. They pay zero taxes here. Zero. Who do they employ? They don't employ shit here. You know, China, where this virus out of the sea, a mutated fish from Fukushima. I mean, it's the most obvious thing in the world. It's obvious across the scar across my face that this is what it is. It's that obvious. This is just, you know, a big masquerade party to cover up the effects of Fukushima. They know that Obama said, make it so. They know that John Holt and the eugenics didn't do anything about it. They know that Trump and the hand that Trump Trump and Abby are for prison. Oh, for prison, this cover-up, they all know they didn't handle it. They could have put an egg around the whole tank. 32 ships were sent into Fukushima to do just that. Obama backed them off. 32 ships were sent in to entomb it, to put an egg around it, over the top and under. That was the plan. They discussed it in the Situation Room. Nope. Panic? No, they don't care about panic now, do they? No, they want panic. No, it was, I can quote it. Holden, no, if you do this and entomb this, you're going to crush the nuclear industry. The nuclear energy industry is over. The globals, which is a global cartel. That's when the hurricane hit Paducah, Kentucky, and it was full of Russian waste. It's their baby. They can control the world with these nuclear reactors for nuclear bombs because there's something. Just blow one. Ask Chernobyl. You don't think it's devastating? Ask Japan. Oh, the Japanese economy's over. The Japanese economy was over on March 3rd. March 10th. March 11th, 2011. Same here. The United States economy is the debt structure in the pyramid. Everybody's just posturing for their thieving. I'm an SBA. I got an SBA loan. They're not going to follow any of the rules. They're going to thieve it and think it's going to go happily ever after. Yeah, they're going to screw employees so hard. This unemployment rate, and people aren't going to go back to work. People are going to say, you know what? This is scary. Why am I working my life into a grave? Anyway, I'm not going back. I'm going to go, do something like Kevin Blanch has done the last 8 years. I'm going to do something for my spirit, for my life. I'm going to go walk the coast of California with Kevin Blanch, with the lettuce again. Maybe you can join in with me, and fight for the ecology. Got to keep them separated. Don't mix the elephant, These companies don't pay taxes here. They don't live here. They don't employ anybody here. They pulled that off years ago. And inflate your way out. Inflate gate from hell. The rent's gone psych. And you think, oh yeah, they're going to give us, out of the goodness of their heart, they're not going to charge us rent. They're going to make, please. These greedy monsters in the United States will screw each other for 5 cents. They don't care about their neighbors. That's this mega dairy. Next KSL interview. I need another Bella. KSL's right here. My grandkids are out here spraying freaking Roundup. Tens of millions in corporate welfare for a product. Drain off the marsh illegal. Dump their waste over freaking all illegal. No one cares. No one cares. They're willing to poison themselves. Poison the whole ecology. And these guys are just ripping it off. Dumping the milk down the drain. The mega dairy subsidy is so grotesque. The money where it's going, it's being looted and it's being robbed. This is not going away. This is not going away. This is the end of the empire. It's over. Talk about a cultural shift. Stay tuned. Short the markets. Keep shorting them. Keep shorting them. Oh, I hear a mouse again in the house. I hear a mouse in the house. Oh, you did? All right, so stay tuned. The fight is the life. You live for the fight when that's all that you've got. That's all, with or without you. On a bed of nails, you make me wait. My hands are tied, my body bruised, You live for the fight when that's all that you have. We're halfway there, living on a prayer. Oh boy, are we halfway there, So it's killing all life, including humans. It's not going to stop because you're not going to hold their feet to the fire. No one's going to freaking do anything. I've learned that the hard way. It's all about me, God's guy. You think about the resistance. We had a beautiful resistance for a while, and they hijacked that. They hired freaking these, agents provocateur with their guns and their freaking gold bars and their silver and their bunkers and the well petters. Just be calm and don't raise your voice and get in your, oh yeah. Oh my God. Not me. I fight on. I fight on. With or without you. Stand tuning.